Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the life of an absolute legend, George Foreman. You might know him as the powerhouse boxer who ruled the ring, or maybe as the guy who brought us that awesome George Foreman Grill. But there's so much more to his story. Did you know he was also a minister and a dad to 12 kids? Yep, 12. And here's a wild twist. All five of his sons are named George. How cool is that? Sadly, George Foreman passed away on March 21st, 2025 at the age of 76. In this video, we're going to explore his incredible life, focusing on his death, what caused it, his jaw-dropping net worth, and his big, unique family. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's jump right in. First up, let's talk about when George Foreman left us. He passed away on March 21st, 2025, at 76 years old. According to his family, he died peacefully, surrounded by the people he loved most. They shared the news on his Instagram with a message that really tugs at the heartstrings. Here's a snippet. Our hearts are broken. With profound sorrow, we announce the passing of our beloved George Edward Foreman Sr., who peacefully departed on March 21st, 2025, surrounded by loved ones. A devout preacher, a devoted husband, a loving father, and a proud grand and great-grandfather. Doesn't that just show how much he meant to them? What would it be like to leave the world like that, calmly, with your family by your side? It sounds like George went out on his own terms, surrounded by love. Now, you're probably wondering, what took George Foreman from us? Here's the thing. His family didn't tell us the exact cause. In their announcement, they said he passed away peacefully, but they kept the medical details private. And you know what? That's totally okay. Sometimes families want to keep those things personal, and we should respect that. Have you ever noticed how some people prefer to focus on someone's life rather than how it ended? Maybe that's what the Foremans were going for here. What we do know is that he was 76, which is pretty good for a guy who spent years taking punches in the ring. The document hints that his healthy lifestyle later in life and a long break from boxing might have helped him live longer than many other fighters. Still, without the specifics, we're left to appreciate the peaceful way he went out. All right, let's switch gears to something super interesting. George Foreman's net worth. At the time of his death, he was worth a whopping $300 million. Can you believe that? But here's the crazy part. Most of that money didn't come from boxing. Sure, he was a champ in the ring, but it was his business smarts, especially the George Foreman Grill, that made him rich. Let me break it down. Back in the 70s, George retired from boxing and became a minister. But by 1987, he'd lost all his money, about $5 million from his early career, thanks to some bad investments and a flashy lifestyle. He was flat broke. So, at 38, he stepped back into the ring and made an epic comeback. In 1994, at 45, he knocked out Michael Moorer to become the oldest heavyweight champ ever. Talk about a second act. But the real money came from that grill. It sold over 100 million units worldwide, and George had a sweet deal. 40% of the profits from every sale. At one point, he was pulling in $4.5 million a month. Later, the company paid him $138 million to buy out his rights. In total, he made over $200 million from the grill, way more than his boxing earnings. Who'd have thought a kitchen gadget could outshine a boxing career? It just goes to show. Sometimes the biggest wins happen outside the ring. So, what will George Foreman be remembered for? In boxing, he's a total legend, winning the heavyweight title twice, 21 years apart, with 76 wins, 68 by knockout. That's almost a 90% knockout rate. He was in the famous Rumble in the Jungle against Muhammad Ali in 1974. Didn't win, but it's still iconic. Outside the ring, that grill made him a household name. For a lot of people, especially younger folks, it's what they know him for most. He also started the George Foreman Youth and Community Center in Houston to help kids, showing his big heart. His life was all about change, from a tough kid to a scary boxer, then a minister, and finally a successful businessman. What do you think is more impressive? Winning a title at 45 or selling 100 million grills? George did both. So there you have it, George Foreman's incredible story. He passed away peacefully at 76, leaving us wondering about the cause but amazed by his life. His $300 million net worth proves he was a genius off the ropes, and his 12 kids, including all those George, show how much family meant to him. He wasn't just a boxer, he was a guy who kept reinventing himself and inspiring others. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more stories like this. Drop a comment below. What blew your mind most about George Foreman? His grill money, his comeback, or his big family? Let me know. See you next time.